Welcome to Old Man Sneaker Review. My name is Preet, and as usual, our goal is to let you know whether a sneaker is worth buying as an older hooper. Today, let's discuss the flagship Nike basketball shoe, the GT Cut 3. A little history on the GT Cut. Introduced in 2021, the GT Cut 1 was one of the 3 new Nike flagship shoes to replace the legendary Hyperdunk. GT stands for greater than, and there were 3 models: the Cut, the Run, and the Jump, each one specific for a playstyle. The GT Cut received rave reviews, but like most shoes at the time, they were impossible to get due to the chain supply issues during COVID. The GT Cut 2 was a shoe that I was able to purchase and was not impressed with at all. They were too narrow and too high off the ground. The GT Cut 3 was released at the start of 2024, and I was quite excited about this shoe because of the midsole material that was used, ZoomX foam. Why do I like ZoomX foam so much? Well, in 2020, I picked up running and decided to train for a half marathon. I discovered the Nike ZoomX Invincible, a running shoe sitting on a fat slab of ZoomX foam. These were wonderful running shoes because my legs never felt fresher, and while on the street, the ZoomX foam offered such springiness and comfort that I was able to run for much longer distances than I thought. When we found out Nike was going to use ZoomX on basketball shoes, I was super excited. However, my excitement has since disappeared. A couple of initial thoughts. The shoe cost $190, but I got them on sale for $95. The general release colorways are pretty boring. The PE colorways are pretty amazing. These shoes should be on Nike by you. Come on, Nike. All right, let's talk about comfort. How does the shoe feel? Well, while wearing them, the shoe feels fantastic. The uppers are really supportive, and I like the split tongue design, but there is no springiness in the shoe. The shoe doesn't feel responsive. It just feels mushy, muted, and padded. Not numb or disconnected, but just not responsive. Can you feel the ZoomX? Absolutely. Is the shoe more bouncy or does it favor impact protection? I'm gonna say that the GT Cut 3 is all about impact protection and weight. The GT Cut 3 comes in at 412 grams. Wow. How did my feet feel after my hoop sessions? Extremely refreshed. Stability. In terms of stability, I watched other reviews talk about instability, saying that these GT Cut 3s were just all over the place. I did not experience any of this. The shoe did require some tight lacing, but that's okay. My feet felt very light and I had no issues recovering on defense or making any sharp cuts. The shoe is nice and low to the ground, and the ZoomX is the right foam for comfort. I experienced a slight heel slippage, but relacing eliminated that. Traction, spectacular on dusty and clean courts. Break-in time was a few hours of shooting around and the shoes were ready to go. Conclusion. Is this a good shoe? Yes, but it is not a great shoe. Is this a good shoe for an older hooper? Yes, with some reservations. The GT Cut 3 is a very solid shoe. It has great traction, great containment, breathability. It's got impact protection. It has everything that an older hooper wants. But there was nothing about this shoe that made me say, this is a great shoe. In fact, I switched my shoes in the middle of our hooping session to the Book 1, and the second I stepped into that Book 1, my heel just felt amazing because of the springiness of that Zoom Air unit in the heel. I think that ZoomX is a wonderful foam for running, for impact protection, but I'm not sure it's the right foam for basketball, as it made the GT Cut 3 feel forgettable to me. Now, I'm sure Nike is going to do something with ZoomX that's going to make it awesome. I mean, this type of foam is in Puma shoes, and Pumas feel fantastic. But talking about the Nike GT Cut, comparing it to the takedown model, the GT Cut Academy, I'd pick those over the GT Cut 3 10 out of 10 times. That's all I have for you today, but as always, stay hooping, my friends.